Hey there, welcome to Hermit Haven. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. We're so excited to invite you into our safe space. Hermit Haven is like a cozy little hideout where we get to celebrate being confident in ourselves as we find happiness in quiet moments.
So grab your favorite blanket and your favorite drink, and let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Hermit Haven.
Hi, I'm Ashley. We're so excited to have you this week. This is a special episode. We are right before Mother's Day, and I know not everyone that's listening to this might not be a mother, so we're really going to talk about women in general, but we're also really going to talk about mothers because women and mothers carry a lot of emotional weight, and I feel like it just goes like no one really understands it unless you are a mom, unless you are a woman. And I think even when you are a woman, you don't understand what moms are carrying. So I think this is a great episode for everyone that's listening to really like open up their hearts and open up their brains and like open up all the stuff to like understand, it's not just we're showing up. We have a list in our head that does not stop. Like this list does just not stop. And I think even before I was a mom, like I'd be like, oh, my friends might need water. My friends might need this. Like, let me make sure I have it in my bag.
Yeah. On TikTok, I'm like obsessed with watching those, what's in my bag videos.
Yes.
And I think most of them are moms because it's not like they're like toting around like kid stuff. And it's like, yeah, I have this one pouch and it has like this, and you never know when someone's going to need this and that and this and that. Like we're always thinking about what someone around us might need, regardless if we're a mom or not. And I just think that is like such a weight. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to care and to like want to help. And that's just like I think how women are natured. Like we're always like, what might someone need? And that could be an emotional need or a physical need, but it's like it takes up a lot of our brain space, right?
I think too, as a woman and as a mom, I feel like you spend so much time worrying about like what everyone else needs in the situation and that you stop forgetting to pour back into yourself. And I think that's another emotional weight we carry is like, when do I have time to pour into myself if I'm having to, maintain the house, maintain a job, maintain the children, maintain whatever else, right? Like, I think that's so much part of it too. Like, how do you even pour back into yourself, right? I think so many times it's hard too to explain like what we're going through because we're just doing it. We're just going. Like, our bodies and our minds are just naturally like going 1,000 miles per hour because that's, how we are made.
Yeah, I think sometimes we don't even like realize, like we're just like so overwhelmed, but it's like it's hard to pick apart what is overwhelming us because there's so many things going in life. Like we're just constantly going. And I don't know, I think about this a lot, but I think sometimes it's like I don't know, I can't say it's just an American thing, but it's just like society these days. Like everything is like fast and now and like go 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 and like, oh, you're not staying after 5 o'clock and you're not working 60 hours a week, like I'm not doing enough. And then they're like burnt out and they're like, why am I so burnt out? I never have time for myself and I can't be healthy because it's like I could just literally keep going on and on and on.
No, it's so true. Is it bad to say that I think most women are people pleasers? Like most women have this like need to please others before they anything. I think too that comes in the, besides that, it's how do you create boundaries, which is another weight. Like, how do I create a boundary if I just want to please everyone?
I think as women, we definitely do have, they call it like, I hear it's a lot like maternal instincts, but I also sometimes think that that's really heavily shoved at us. Like we're supposed to have this maternal instinct and it's okay that we, want to please everyone. And it's like, well, like it's nice that we think of others. Like I think everyone should be kind in this world and everyone should think about others. Like, we're not the only ones here. Yes, sometimes you do have to be selfish for sure. But also, we shouldn't just have to feel like we need to make sure everyone around us. Sometimes I do this when I'm driving. I'll be like driving and I'm looking around me. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that person's going to want to get in that lane. Maybe I'll wait a second. Like, we do this all the time and we don't even realize it. And it's a lot.
It is. I don't know. Like, I really think at the end of the day, like, even if someone understood how much weight we were carrying, we would still carry that weight. Like, it's like, I feel like it's just like inbred it. Like, it's in us. Like,
I was thinking earlier today actually about, I don't know why I was thinking about dads and this is like not to put down like dads are amazing, but I think like until you're in someone else's shoes, and I could honestly this could apply to like anything, but until you're in someone else's shoes, it's easy to like look at them from the outside. Like for instance, Ashley, right? Like you're a mom of a really young baby, and it's easy to be like, oh yeah, Ashley does have to like feed the baby and change the baby, and there's a lot of like physical things, but it's not just the physical things that you do. It's like anticipating
Yeah.
your child, anticipating what they're going to need, anticipating when they're going to wake up, anticipating like how much you're going to get done at nap time, or if there's going to be a nap time, like
Oh, that was
the doctor's appointments you have to set up, and what's coming up, and play dates, and all this stuff. Like there's all this stuff that is constantly just like in there.
on the docket. There's so many things just like constantly on the docket. It's like I have,
Yeah.
and I think even before I was a mom, like I was working in childcare, I understood that, right? Like, I understood that like it would be easier for me to set up snack while the kids are independently playing than waiting until like they're hungry and then trying to set up snack, right? Like I think it's that we're constantly thinking 40 steps ahead of time because we know what it's like once we get to that situation. We can't honestly handle it. Let's be honest. Like, how many times do you not prepare yourself and then you get to the situation, you're like, I'm going to melt down. I'm going to fall apart at this point. Like, this is a
Yeah.
lot for me. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of that emotional weight, though, right? Is how do I set myself up for success so I don't have that meltdown because everyone's relying on me? Right? I'm in charge. I am the one that has to handle it all, no matter if it works out or not.
Yeah. And on top of it all, we have this thing called hormones. And sometimes, not that I can't control my emotions, but like I really can't. Like I can control my actions, but I can't always control how I'm going to feel. And some days I wake up and I'm just like accept, like, like I just can't help, like I just kind of feel sad today. What am I going to do about it? Like I'll try to do some stuff, but you can't always fix it. And so on the days that, you're anticipating all this stuff, you also don't know exactly what your energy is going to be like, exactly what your emotions are going to be like. And so then it can all like compound on the same day. You're just like, ah, I just,
Mm-hmm.
that's just something unique to women that men, unfortunately, that part of it, they can't understand because they don't have the hormones. They can totally, I know there's stay at home dads and they work super hard and they can understand that like mental, all the juggling things, but also like we as women have like a lot of fluctuation with our moods and emotions, and that's just like part of the cycle and like being a woman, and that affects a lot for me anyway. So
I think, another thing I think about all the time is even like, again, before I was a mom, again, it was very much like everyone expected me to have the plan. Everyone expected me to know what's going on. Everyone expected me to show up and handle everything. And I'm like, I'm just one person. I'm just one person. How am I supposed to plan everything? I remember like I would be rolling deep with like 40 friends, I feel like sometimes, and I'm in charge of making sure we get to the party. We leave on time, right? Like I'm like, I somehow became the mother of the group, and I'm just like, but why? Why is it always like we are fault like we can't be responsible for ourselves, so we have to rely on another woman to do it for us? And I think it's like that gender role that was put on us at some point.
this couldn't have been a better situation for what you're saying. This is a great example, you guys. We're recording right now. My boys know that I'm recording. I literally said to them, what, 10 minutes ago? See you in a little bit, right? Gavin just came in asking me for mini muffins, which he can get it by himself. He's asked, which I appreciate that he's asking me before he goes get them. But let me just tell you that my husband is sitting in the other room, and I know he's not on a meeting right now. They still come to me. And that is the thing, is that we're women and people rely on us and they think that we are going to be the one that make all the decisions in
Yeah.
this world. And I'm just like, get out. Like, you go
Women
ask
run the world.
dad.
It's crazy though to think like historically we did not have that power at one point. We didn't have the power to vote. We didn't have the power to go to space. We didn't have that. Do you guys realize that this is like the first woman to go like circle around the moon?
Yeah.
Like we didn't have
Amazing.
that power. We didn't have that power to like go in a store and go buy like I don't know, like
Yep.
alcohol, cigarettes, like any of those things that are illegal after
Yep.
18. We did not have that power. We didn't even have the power to pick who we married at one point. So it's crazy that we always hold this emotional weight, even if we never had the power. It's like that power is always in us, that someone had to let it free.
No,
And
I love being a woman, but it's sometimes like so overwhelming. And if you don't have like support, like a community or someone to like go to, it can like really overtake you sometimes. They're still knocking at my door. It can really overtake you sometimes, and you just can feel like lost. And like you're just like buried and you're just alone. And that's kind of the point of what we're doing here at the
Yeah.
podcast, like
I
making
think
sure that women
so
don't
many
feel alone.
Yeah, and I think so many times people don't ask you, how can I carry this weight for you? So many times people are not like, let me take that off your back, right? And sometimes we don't even need someone to take it off our back. Sometimes we just need someone to unload it to, like, hey, I just need to tell you my to-do list because it's mentally going, like, it doesn't matter how many times I wrote it down, it doesn't matter where I put this to-do list. It's still eating my little brain to the point where I'm like, in my sleep, and I'm like, oh, I can't forget that thing that I told myself not to forget about that I swear I wrote down.
I just actually started a little notebook that I keep in my tiny purse, so that if I think of something, I like force myself to write it down, because I'm like Dory and I'll forget it.
Dory brain, squirrel brains. Another thing I
God.
think too, we don't think about too, is the emotional weight. We carry other people's emotions on our back like a backpack. Like I carry my child's emotions, I carry the people around me's emotions. I think too, maybe this is a part of my childhood where I'm very aware of other people's emotions, and I
Yeah.
want to, like, again, goes back to that people pleasing in a sense, right? I want to make sure everyone's happy in the room. I want to make sure that things are good. I think that's a hard part too, is you don't see like how much we're trying to like make this thing work for everyone, not just us.
In the mornings, especially, I have to be very careful about who I talk to, about what I look at. This is especially like in the first maybe 3 to 4 hours of the day. And I'm not saying I don't go on social media, because I would love to say that I don't, but I do. But also I'm very careful about like who I follow on social media. So I'm careful about what I look at. But my emotions can be so easily swayed, like so easily swayed. And it dictates the rest of my day. And I've just noticed like something happened this morning. That's kind of probably why I'm bringing it up. And I was like, Glenn, I shouldn't have done that, because I know that like the first few hours of the day, my emotions can just easily just like go one way or another. And I always thought maybe I was what is it called? Where you like feel other people's feelings. I forget the name of it. It escapes me now, but yeah, I don't know. But my emotions are super easily swayed. And that's why I think some people do leave social media, like they just don't go on there. And I get that, but I also think like you just have to be careful about kind of like who you're feeding into your life. It's not just
Yeah.
social media, obviously social media too, but who's feeding into your life? Like who are you allowing to kind of enter your
Yeah,
life? I know.
who are you who's like letting energy come
Yeah,
in? Like I
yeah.
feel like it's that rotten apple example, like, or the one berry that's rotten, is now gonna make all the other berries moldy, right? Like it's that same thing. And that sometimes will then shift your whole like mood. It'll shift, like, even like I feel like sometimes when you like let go of all the things you're trying to carry, and in a bad way, and you don't get accomplished what you need to accomplish.
Yep, it can totally just like halt my whole day, and I'll have to like totally switch my plans, because I'm like, dang it, like why not? What did I do that I knew better? But yeah,
Yeah. No,
uh,
I think another thing is, like, while we're talking about this, I think so many times people don't see what's happening behind the scenes. So, you might have to process now how you're feeling because of what happened, right? Or what was said, right? Or something happened to your child, and your child might not understand what happened to them, but you are now processing, right? I think so many times people don't see what's happening behind the scenes. You know how many times people go, how do you do it all? And I'm like, I just do it all. In reality, they don't understand 40 checklists, 50 alarms going off, 5 piles in the corner that were never sorted through that I said I'll get to later, right? Because it just wasn't important now, right? Like I'm staring at this pile of clothes I haven't even put away since I moved in. It's been sitting on my floor. Like I'm like, I'll get to it later. I just need to go find a container for it in reality and put it away, right? But like, is that important? No. Taking care of my child all day is more important in a way, you know?
there's just a lot in life, but at the end of the day, like there is so much that we handle, and I think it just kind of gets like amplified almost when you're a mom, because now you're not just thinking about you and like, yes, like before I had children, I was still thinking about like my mom and my sister and like my husband and like other people, but they're adults. But then when you have children, it's like they literally rely on you for their lives. And so then you're the person that's dictating them. And that's why when we talk on this podcast about making time for yourself, about, like uh, task management, like anything like that, take having hobbies, like I don't know, all the different things that we talk about, it's because that is what's pouring into you. That's how you're making time for yourself so that you can pour into you. And that's going to
Mhm.
look different for everyone, because everyone has something different that they want to do for themselves. But it's just so important to be making that time. I know people will be like, I don't have time. It's like, I promise you that you do have time, even if it's a little bit of time. You just have to really like figure out when you're scrolling that to like numb your mind, because I totally understand like wanting to just scroll and numb your mind, but I know that I'm a lot happier if I take that 5 minutes to like sit and draw something, sit and paint something, sit and read something. Like it's a lot better for my brain, or sit and like organize something. Like sometimes organization makes me really excited, and like purging stuff. I've heard that like purging, this is really off topic, but I heard that purging stuff gives you that same like dopamine hit as like buying new stuff. I don't know if that's true, but I get really
I
organized.
love
But
buying new stuff. What do you mean? Me sitting there being like, I got new blah 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 today. Blah blah
I know,
blah blah
but
blah 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 today.
sometimes clearing it out and having a clear space, it's just like I could
I
just like
think no, and I agree. And I think sometimes and again, but I think this comes back to, right? What is like the impact of us all carrying all this weight, right? What is the impact? We get burnt out easier. We get overwhelmed easier. We feel maybe we're alone sometimes because we're doing all this stuff. Sometimes we feel like maybe we're the default person or the default parent, right? Those are hard emotions to carry because we're carrying all this weight, right? It's so hard when you're carrying so much weight and no one sees what's happening. No one's offering to even look into what you're doing, right? They're not even like wondering, right? Like, how many times, again, going back to before I had children, because it doesn't always have to be just children, right? But like, how many times do people just expect me to have the plan, expect me to know what's going on, and they don't realize that I'm already emotionally overwhelmed by that and I don't want to do all that, right? Like, they're not asking me, hey, do you have a plan? They're expecting me to show up with the plan. Like, that's a lot of emotional weight right there.
decision making is a very heavy mental thing. Like I don't want to make any decisions. It's really hard. I do. We have to just grow up and like get it done. But I agree. There's so much. I know I was talking to a friend today and she was like, I'd love to just have my kids home all the time. She's kind of gone back and forth about homeschooling. And I was like, I do love having them home. The hardest part of having them home though is not even like them interrupting. Like clearly they're interrupting me all day, but like, it's not even the interruption. It's anticipating the interruption. Because if I sit down here to try to start doing something in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to need something. Like, what are they going to need? When are they going
Mm-hmm.
to need it? And that part is like the hardest mental part of like
Yeah.
right now in my stage of like being a mom, is that like the anticipation of what they're going to need. And so then I feel like I can't sit and focus unless literally everyone is gone. And clearly, even if my door is closed, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
Sometimes I have to leave my house if they're here, you know?
I think too, like we've talked about this before about like sometimes like when like we talked about this because Ari's baby now, like it's okay to put your son down in their crib or your child down in their crib and go do what you need to do for 10 minutes. Like they're in a safe space, right? Like it's better to like, I don't know, it's hard sometimes as a mom to accept that it's okay that your child doesn't need you 100%. Like I feel like you think your child needs you because they are not able to do all the things that like us as adults can do. But in reality, like our child needs to learn how to be independent and we need to learn that it's okay to give them space and freedom and that they don't need us all the time. And it's a really hard concept because it holds that right there is an emotional weight because you're like literally like, well, but what if they need me? What if they need me? Like I can't go shower. They might need me. Like I'm watching the camera. Like what? But they're literally in their crib. They're literally in a safe space. Like it's okay for you to walk away and them be in a safe space because you need time to you. And I think it's okay. And I think this is the hardest part is scheduling time for yourself. Scheduling time not to do laundry, not to like organize the house calendar, not to budget, but really just schedule time for you to do the things that make you happy. You're
Yeah.
going to continue holding this emotional weight forever at this point. It just is what it is. But it's important to work through it, right? It's important to find tools that make you feel better. So maybe you don't want to feel like the default parent. Maybe you don't want to feel like the default mom of the group. So then speak up and say, hey, I can't do this today. I need someone else to take on this role. Hey, I need a break. My brain feels overloaded. Let me just like give you a few tasks that would help me feel better about my day.
I think women have a hard time accepting help too.
Or asking for help. Let's be honest.
Asking for help. Oh yes, that's the hardest part is
And
asking.
I think again, it comes back to we have this like I don't know where it happened somewhere in society, but this view that we have to do it all, right? that if we, and I think it's so interesting, but I hear this all the time, right? If you're a stay-at-home mom, right, you have to like you have to clean your house, you do have to do these things. But then if you're a working mom, you have to still do all those things. It doesn't matter what you're, if you're at home or if you're working, you still have to do all these things, right? And it's so hard to say, well, someone expected me to do all these things, so now I have to do them. I can't give that to someone else. That's not the truth. That's not the truth at all, right? If you are in a healthy relationship, your partner should be helping you. If you are in a healthy friendship, your friend should be helping you. If you're in a healthy situation with someone else that you can ask for help, they should be able to help you. And they should also know you good enough where they know that you might need help. And if that isn't like, and I feel like that's a weird way to say it, but like you shouldn't be judging a relationship. Oh, is that person no? But I think it's just easy. Like it's common sense almost. Like if you see your friend is like, I don't know, like they're having a hard time and they're like, maybe they're like trying to clean their house and redo their house. Maybe like be like, hey, do you want me to come pick up your child, take them to the park? Where are we going to the park? Right? I know that's harder on you, but you're now helping someone else carry that emotional, you're taking that emotional weight off someone else and you're making them feel better. And in return, even if that person isn't the person that's going to give you the same relief, you're giving the world good karma. Like I believe the more you pour into the world, the more good is going to come out. So instead of expecting the same thing back from the person that you're helping, expect that the world will see that you are willing to help and the world will give you the help you need when you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I was thinking about with like the emotional part of what we're talking about. I've been thinking a lot over the past few years about emotions and my emotions. And I would always be so, I don't know what the right word is still, like upset, I guess, whenever I was sad. Like if I was sad or like a bad feeling, like I would almost be like, why am I feeling this way? And like try to figure it out, like problem solve to try to just get it to go away. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's a natural instinct. Your body doesn't want to be sad. But I think I've learned that like sometimes it's okay. It's okay to be emotional. It's not like I used to sometimes think it was also like a weakness, I guess, right? Sometimes like women are so emotional, like it's a weakness, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we have emotions. Like women are so much better, I think, most of the time at like knowing how to help others, knowing how to support others. Like we just have this special ability that we were given to
Mm-hmm.
use our emotions in such a positive way. And I think it's like the world is starting to understand that and not see it as a weakness, as I think like a lot of times it used to be like women in corporate, right? Like, oh, they can't be high up in corporate because they're too emotional and they're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
be able to handle it or whatever. And it's like, no, like everyone, first of all, everyone's emotional. Men just don't show it as much. Like it's, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of point that out, that it's just such a positive thing that we have these emotions. But I understand like the overwhelming part of it. Sometimes like we just, we just can't handle it all. We can't handle it all. And sometimes you have to just, like you said, ask for help. I was also thinking when you're talking about that, like if you financially can afford to pay someone to come in and help you
Yeah.
with things, please do not feel like that's a like, oh my
It's
gosh, I have to pay someone. Like, who cares? Like, you need help. You need help, so pay someone to come in if you can afford it. Like, let
Yeah.
them do
I
it. Like,
mean,
that's a good
I
use of
just
money.
did that. I just did that. I had a cleaning lady come and I had her clean my house because let's be honest, I could not handle the emotional weight of trying to clean my house and handle a birthday party and handle the mom walk and edit a podcast and record and do it all. And let's be honest, like she came at the beginning of the week and my mother-in-law is coming now. So I have to re-clean everything, but everything was like spot clean it. So I really just have to wipe everything down. Like I don't have that emotional weight now of like doing these things because I have a lot on my plate.
Yeah, it's a lot, and like we just like you said, we feel like we have to do it all. Like all of it should be ours, and we shouldn't ask for help, and we shouldn't. And that's just so ridiculous. Like that's just too much. We already handle so much inside of our brains and physically. And if you want to be able to have that spotless, clean house, then go pay someone to come in and help
Yeah, I think,
you. Know?
I think too is like, I think when we ask for help, we sometimes feel like we're too much, like we need too much, like we're being needy. And I think
Yeah,
that's part of that emotional weight. We don't want to feel needy. We don't want to feel like we are like always asking for something, but you're not too much. You're just carrying this weight and you're asking for help because you're looking for balance, right? We're looking for balance as mothers and women because we already have so much on our plate. I think too, like, maybe it's just us, like we will see a surface and someone else, like men might see it clean. For us, we'll be like, oh no, that is grimy, honey, right? Like we have an eye for detail, right? We naturally have this eye for detail. We naturally have an eye for wanting more. We naturally have an eye for like perfectionists.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm inconveniencing people. That's my biggest feeling when I ask for help is like, oh, I'm inconveniencing people. And then I have to remind myself that if someone was asking me for help, I personally would feel so like honored that someone was like wanted me to help them. Like, you trust me to watch your kids? Okay, yeah. Like not that they wouldn't, but do you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
feels like an honor. Whereas I feel like when I ask for help, oh my gosh, I'm inconveniencing them. They probably have plans. They probably whatever. Like, I don't, yeah,
I
it's just
agree.
changing mindset.
I agree. Like asking someone for help and then that person will feel special, that person will feel honored. And I think remember your own story, right? When you're showing up, providing help, remember who you are, remember your own story, and remember you're not there to judge. You're not there to like make an opinion unless that's what they want. Listen to the other person's words. Like if that person's saying, hey, I just need you to listen, then they just need you to listen. They're not asking for your opinion. If someone's asking you, hey, I really just need you to come and like and sit here while I clean my house, then they just really need you to sit there while they clean their house. If someone says, hey, I'm struggling to clean my house, that's probably a call for like, hey, do you need me to help you clean your house? Right? Like, I think we so many times we want to twist people's word and make it like what it's not. And that's not the case, right? And I think at the end of the day, if you're listening to this episode, something we want you to take away from it is that you're carrying a lot on your plate. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to feel those emotions, and it's normal. It is completely normal. Us women will always feel this because for some reason, some point we were told that we are in charge of everything. We run the world.
Who runs the world? Girls.
Us. But I think I love this episode. Again, it's Mother's Day. So even if you're not a mother, or if you're a mother, or if you're a mother wanting to be a mother, whatever, wherever you are in life, you carry some weight because again, that is just a natural thing. And it's okay to give that weight to someone else. It's okay to make time for yourself. It's okay not to feel guilty for putting your child down in a safe spot or telling your child, hey, you need to go color for 30 minutes because mom needs 10 minutes to herself, right? It's okay to go clean the house while your children are playing. It's okay to walk away and to create a situation where you're not feeling that you're carrying all the weight. And if you still feel like you're carrying all the weight, then you need to readjust your situation and figure out what's the best way to move forward. And I think sometimes we don't realize how much weight we carry. So this is important to like think about it. Like maybe make a list and be like, what are some things that I wish I could take off my plate? What would make it easier? And maybe it's something so simple as just prepping. Like, what if it's dinners that's really hard for you, right? Like, that is, you're like, my one child wants chicken nuggets, my other child wants mac and cheese, my other child wants spaghetti, I just want tacos. What do I do? Right? Like, maybe that in case, then you know, okay, I'm gonna prep a bunch of mac and cheese for the week. I'm gonna get some frozen chicken nuggets and we're gonna fend for ourselves, right? Like, it's sometimes just readjusting what is happening and it's not asking for help.
Yeah. Yeah. Planning it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Always
Uh,
helpful.
we love you all. Have a good Mother's Day. Love on your mothers for us. We love you all. You're super moms, super women, and you guys are just the best. Thank you again for joining us like you do every Wednesday to listen to these episodes that we record for you from our heart. We really like, I just think it's amazing. Like, Jackie and I literally have the coolest job ever. We just get to chit chat and create a women community with y'all and really bring these things that matter to us to you. Like, these are things that we talk about off topic without you all listening. And we get excited every week to come here and tell you these stories and talk to you about these things because we know even if we change one woman's life today, we did our job. And sometimes it's just our life, and that's okay with us too. So thank you again for following along. Let us know you listen to this by putting a heart or a flower emoji, and come follow us on our Facebook groups, our social medias. We have our own personal social media, so you can get a little bit of our personal content that we're making. Jackie's doing a bunch of fun content. I'm doing a bunch of fun content. I say that. We'll see. We'll see you all next Wednesday. We love you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks for spending time with us today and being part of our Hermit Haven community.
We hope you enjoyed our cozy chat and are inspired to embrace your inner hermit.
Remember, even in the quiet moments, you're never alone on this journey because we are truly all in this together.
So until next time, stay cozy, stay true to yourself, and keep spreading love wherever you go.
Bye for now.
We'll see you next time.